Well, how do you do, internet friends? It's me again, Mo. So, back today, we're going to discuss the whole issue of buying warranties on cars. Now, first of all, I'm going to get into the two basic types of warranties that probably will be offered to you, and my recommendation, and whether or not you should actually buy it. So if you like this content, if you would like, subscribe, comment below, I would appreciate it. All right, so let's get into it. So there are a lot of financial advisors out there that I've listened to over the years, and they tend to blanket statement, no, don't buy a warranty. I say a little bit different, that it really depends on your financial situation. Now, warranties can be a good thing. They can save you a lot of money if you have expensive repairs on the car. And I think in today's market, in today's world, with the high level of technology that's in cars, that warranties are a good thing to have. But let's first of all define a couple of warranties, a couple types of warranties, and let's talk about when it could be a good thing for you. So in warranty world, there are essentially two basic types of warranties. There's what is called an inclusionary warranty and an exclusionary warranty. So let me explain the difference. So an inclusionary warranty covers specific listed items. So when you look at whatever information you can see, brochure, etc., it will name specific parts that are covered. Okay. So if what malfunctions or breaks is not listed on that item, it is not covered. Okay, so that's one type of warranty. The second type of warranty is an exclusionary warranty. So they tell you what they don't cover. So usually what happens is that type of warranty covers so much areas of the car, so many items on the car, that they literally cannot list everything. So it's easier to list what they don't cover. And so usually there's a very short paragraph that lists what they don't cover. Very high percentage, over 90% of the time, what the things they don't cover really relates to service and maintenance. So things like brake wear, or batteries that wear out and die over time, anything maintenance related, oil changes, tire wear outs, so on and so forth. Anything that just normal wear and tear you have to replace, then will not be covered. However, anything else, so if something breaks or malfunctions, okay, you will be covered. All right. Now the second thing you want to consider, other than the type of warranty, is who is the warranty company. Is it the manufacturer, or is it a insurance company, third party type thing? Now, I have a preference, and my preference is the manufacturer warranty. A manufacturer has an interest in keeping a customer, so they're more inclined to fix the problem under the warranty, versus insurance companies. It's all about collecting premiums and paying as little as possible to repair the vehicle. So in my own experience, there tends to be a lot of denial of claims when it comes to insurance-based warranty companies. And I'll be frank with you, those warranties tend to be a lot more profitable because they're going to pay out less. Okay, the manufacturer, while profitable, is less profitable to the dealership, but it benefits the dealership in the fact that the work is going to come to them, right? So they'll get paid from the warranty company manufacturer for the work they do, and um, it is more than likely they will cover whatever is listed on that thing, as long as there's not abuse or something like that. They're going to cover the issue, and then all you'll be liable for is your deductible. So in most cases, it's no more than $100 deductible. So in my opinion, if you're not sitting on tens of thousands, and I literally mean tens of thousands of dollars in emergency funds, where you can replace some expensive component that breaks now, then you should get the warranty. Okay, period. Because obviously you're spreading out the cost over whatever length of time that you're paying for it. Number one. Number two, the biggest surprise you can get is $100, because that will be your highest deductible possible. I've personally, over the years, had warranties, and they have never let me down as far as taking care of issues. I've had transmission, engine, and in recent times, high-tech issues that pop up. Now, it is not to say that the vehicle itself is not a reliable vehicle. However, it is a mechanical product, and they do break. They have, they're human-made, so things happen. But 9 times out of 10, if you get a good car, it's not going to be something that you're constantly going in. But if you had a $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 bill, it's really good not to sweat it, right? Because the most it's going to cost is $100, which is your deductible. Plus, usually with warranties, you're going to get some other nice benefits, which is there's some towing benefit there. There's usually some roadside assistance benefits. So things like jump starts and tire change, flat tire help, lockout service. You run out of gas. Those things are usually included as part of a warranty, so you get additional benefits. Now, I know a lot of people have AAA and so on and so forth. So that is my opinion. Again, if you're not sitting on quite a bit of cash, that it won't affect you if something major happens. And again, most people only think about, it's the engine and the transmission, which those items in today's world very expensive to replace. You're talking about probably $5,000 on the low to $10,000, $12,000 on the high in terms of average cars. If you get into more expensive cars, then obviously the costs are more. So if you're looking at European imports, things like that, it's going to be pretty expensive to do those types of things. However, typically if you maintain the car, for the most part, if you maintain the car, you do your oil changes, the service as recommended by the manufacturer, you should be fine, right? Most cases. But the thing that you don't maintain is the electronics, okay? Now, we all own phones, right? In today's world, we all have iPhones, Android phones, computers, blah de blah. We all know these things act up, and it's nothing that you did. It's just what it is. Same thing in cars. You're driving a big computer, because these computers, there are so many computer components within a car that's doing different things. It's measuring the oxygen intake, it's measuring the fuel output, it's reading your gas input to see how you drive. It learns how you drive. There is technology that runs your systems as far as air conditioning, your stereos. Of course, there's electronics running your windows, and just tons and tons and tons of components that are electronics that you don't maintain. You can't. There's nothing to do with electronics. You can't. There's nothing to fix, to clean or change oils to change or any of that kind of stuff. But sometimes they act up. It could be just from the heat, could be from just a wire not connected properly, soldered incorrectly, it came loose. I mean, there's just all kinds of things right? And it could be totally, a huge head unit, which a lot of cars have, right in the front, that controls all your air conditioning and audio and other very important things, navigation, etc. That unit goes out, and there's no fixing. Typically, they just replace whole units, and those things, they're going to run in the thousands in terms of not only parts but the labor involved in disassembling maybe a dashboard, taking the unit out, replacing the unit, reconnecting and reassembling the dashboard. So my personal advice, and I think this would go for most people, is cover yourself, right? It's an insurance policy where you don't have to worry about any major issues with the car, major expense on the car, whether it's engine, transmission, or the technology on the cars, right? So that is one advice I would give you. The second advice is don't pay too much. That is, I've shared other videos about researching car prices and so forth. You can do the same thing with warranties. You can research the warranty prices. Every friend that I have that asks me for advice, I encourage them to get the warranties, number one. I encourage them to get exclusionary warranties, number two. Number three, I encourage them to get manufacturer-based warranties, not insurance third-party warranties. And finally, number four, right? I don't recommend paying $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 that a lot of these dealers hit customers at for pricing. Okay, in my opinion, and I don't know the cost of every single warranty that's out there. I mean, if you paid $2,000 to $3,000 for a warranty, of course, it's going to depend on the term, how long, how many miles you drive, that kind of stuff. You're not, in my opinion, not overpaying, because the repairs, you can easily recoup that money in one repair. So if over the life of the loan, not the loan, but the ownership of the car, you have a couple of repairs, you've more than gotten your money back, and no hassle as far as, you don't have to worry, how am I going to come up with this? I'm going to drain this particular thing to pay that and so forth. So that's my opinion. Take it for what it is. And yeah, I hope you find this information helpful. So thank you again, guys. You all have a great day. Peace.